Hey guys, I know I haven't posted on this account in a little minute, despite all the craziness that's going on, all the turmoil, the natural disasters, the pain and things like that this year. I just wanted to tell you guys.
I definitely know who moved that Tesla on that late July before they went to tour.
David was coincidentally involved in the fresh evidence that the LAPD obtained regarding Celeste's dying moments. David is allegedly not cooperating with investigators in the passing of Celeste, and LAPD detectives have identified a second suspect in the case. According to the newspaper, David is still being investigated, which prompted TMZ to leak a big scoop. The cause of death will likely be difficult to determine because Celeste was found frozen in David's car. According to the LA County Medical Examiner, even if the motive for Celeste's death is unknown, the LAPD is still entitled to make an arrest because they suspect it was foul play. Even those that make short videos say,
for quite some time, a lot of people were curious as to when she could have passed away. If she passed away at the beginning of 2025, why did she only just start smelling in September of 2025? Well, according to what we are hearing from sources close to LAPD, it seems as if Celeste Rivas Hernandez was actually frozen for a period of time. Freezing up would preserve that for an extended period of time, and it seems as if she was removed from being in a frozen state and put in David's Tesla. And because of that, the medical examiner is likely not going to be able to determine a CFO.
After this TMZ theory went viral, the cops came forward to deny it, but they had to present proof, so they shared a police report of actual news reading. David and Celeste were together in downtown Los Angeles on the evening of December 30th and the morning of December 31st, 2024, when a number of public photos were shot. In addition to unusual photographs uncovered in David's camera roll, the LAPD wants to know if the crime took place in this shed. In addition, they shared a second suspect. They determined that he had been paying rent payments for a Neo, a man, rented a private home that he had never disclosed before. This in no way implies any sort of guilt, but based on Steve's recent findings and David's social media, it's possible that his friend Neo was the last person driving the Tesla, they stated. Neo no longer follows David on social media after deleting him. The LAPD has not confirmed the private investigator's suggestion that someone else was involved. He appears to have been alluding to Neo at this moment.
You know who that person is, and do you believe that is the person that moved the Tesla?
So I definitely know who moved that Tesla on that late July before they went on tour. I can't say who the person, and I don't mean I can't say but I don't know who exactly was in that house because it's just a report, but there's video, but you can't make a person out. But somebody was in the house, and being that there's only one key, it's like, okay, who had access at that time? So is it the same person that moved the Tesla? Was another last part of the plan about to go in motion as far as getting rid of her? I don't know.
When it gained popularity, Neo did some questionable things on social media. Receipts show that Neo and David no longer follow one another. What happened to Celeste after she was placed in the Tesla by someone? Could it be that Celeste saw something about David and they were concerned about his public image? Soon after, there were speculations that David and Neo were romantically involved. It's interesting to notice when you look at their Instagram photo together. Even though it's not confirmed, they spent almost all of their time together, even lying in bed and striking the Titanic position. People ask whether David moved on from Celeste to be with Neo and why the proof of his relationship with Celeste had to be deleted. One oddity of the situation, though, is that no one seems to know where David is. His whereabouts have been unknown to the public for the previous 2 months while he has been in hiding. Even the private investigator, who has been compiling a lot of information about the case, is unaware of his whereabouts.
Do you have any indication about where David is right now?
I don't. I have no idea, and it's kind of bizarre, but because his group has stayed so silent, what's left of his group, I guess, and I'm not even sure the conversations that the owner did have with his management in breaking that lease. I'm not even 100% sure his management knows at this time where he's at. I think his attorney might be the only one, and his parents.
However, David performed a highly damaging crime all the way back to the day Celeste was discovered in the car. It was reported. Sources claim that after employing lawyers to prepare for the authorities to close in on him, David shifted assets out of his name. Anticipate his arrest shortly. In case you didn't know, David transferred ownership of 2 of his properties to his mother. Explain how David's legal career would benefit from this.
You know, transferring these assets in the middle of an investigation, as opposed to 2 years ago or a year ago.
Right.
Could a court look at this and say, this was a deliberate attempt to, what you say, concealing assets, and they could breach it, they could pierce it, they could say, even though that you've transferred this into your mother's name, that was invalid. This is a way for, let's say, a plaintiff who sues him, or let's say in a criminal judgment to pay that fine. Can a court look at that and say, even though you transferred it, it's still open season on those properties?
Yeah, this is what's so puzzling about this. It is a very basic premise of law throughout the country that you can't transfer assets after the event happens that would otherwise trigger collecting on those assets. So we have rules in different states. Sometimes they're called fraudulent transfers, sometimes they're called fraudulent conveyances. There's a lot of different names for them. But the crux of it is you cannot transfer assets.
Despite David's best efforts, the government may still investigate and challenge the house transfer, so it won't work in his favor. It is significant, though, that David has made internet appearances because he either posted a new song by mistake or believed he could get away with it. As noted, David just published a song called Rush to his official BandLab account before hastily erasing it. Perhaps David didn't believe it was a huge deal, but he erased it after people asked whether he had committed the crime in their comments. But David's second online glimpse had an odd quality. The report was the result of people monitoring all of his online and social media profiles. If anyone is wondering where David is, he is currently hiding and has been playing Fortnite since his account was found by followers. It's ridiculous that David hasn't publicly addressed the issue since fans who had believed he wasn't involved have given up. There's no way that's David's first response to this happening. A fan said he ought to have treated it differently if he was aware of his innocence. But additional details surfaced from the meeting with the private investigator. They asked him if he knew anything precise about the date of her death.
You don't know more information about when she, right?
No, I don't have any information of how she, when exactly she. I have, listen, investigations are always moving, and right now I tend to believe it happened a while ago, a long time ago, and I think January, February, things change. I mean, you can see it in the photos and everything. And I also think when I first started looking at this case, I'm very much a Occam's razor type of person where I think things are a lot easier than people try to make them sometimes, especially online, into these big things. And I thought this was going to be a tragic, which it very well still could be, and they made a bad decision because they didn't want to expose a potential relationship and put her in this Tesla, and then maybe he thought he could get somebody to get rid of that car, and they were just like, no, I'm not doing it, and just got left there. But I will say this, there are some things that, and I'm talking physical evidence that was at that house, that there could have been greater plans as far as getting rid of her.
However, he discovered one more piece of evidence. I was aware that David had a second residence. He looked for the last time David had been there. He shot a strange video in February. However, it's unknown when he was there most recently. Someone said, there's this video that David recorded at his other house. After looking into it, Celeste had probably been absent for several weeks. He also rented a new red Tesla in February and ceased driving the black one.
Hey guys, I know I haven't posted on this account in a little minutes, but I just had some words to share with you for 2025. Despite all the craziness that's going on, all the turmoil, the natural disasters, the pain and things like that, this year I just wanted to tell you guys not to be discouraged and not to lose hope and not to turn your face from God in these times of evil, and then it seems like just at the start of the year, it's literally January, all this stuff is happening. It's like the most insane, it's February now, it's the most insane start to a year that I've ever seen. But God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. So keep that sound mind, 2025. Stay prayed up.
When the investigator saw the site in that video, he knew it was David's second house. It is believed that Celeste was living at David's privately rented home. The feds suspect she passed away a few weeks earlier because David posted that weird video in February. It's vital to note that there have been no documented sightings of Celeste in 2025. But earlier in the inquiry, the police visited David's parents' Texas house with the after reading. David shifted his Texas properties into his mother's name on September 18th, the day before. The police had carried out a search order at his Hollywood Hills apartment. A fake police report alleging an incident involving someone passing his parents' house was made that same day. David's parents greeted the police when they arrived, claiming that his younger brother and sister were upstairs because someone had falsely reported David's family home in an attempt to get evidence that David was residing there.
No, out of all times for this to happen, as he's discovered in his car, after she's been identified, for there to be a potential swatting incident where somebody calls 911 with a fake allegation, a fake crime for their property, out of all people, out of all times, it's weird.
Well, it's weird, but it doesn't necessarily surprise me because this case has taken on national significance in terms of people paying attention to it. And there are bad actors that understand how to bring somebody by way of swatting. So somebody called the 911 system down there. They found the address online and basically made up a story for the cops to go there. And then they went in, and fortunately the police were very professional and they were able to immediately understand that it was a swatting incident and it wasn't a legitimate call.
But given what we now know, David mentioned some extremely disturbing things in a previous interview. In one interview, David declared his wish to live on a private island free of social media for the next 4 years of his life, which corresponds with Celeste's 18th birthday.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Okay, so the plan is hopefully this music thing takes off crazy next year.
Why is he saying? Why are you saying that like you're not like up there?
Well, I'm not there yet, but hopefully it's like even crazier next year. And then I go on crazy year after year for the next 3 years, and then on the 4th year I retire. And on the 5th year I'm off the grid, living somewhere like on an island with this crazy crib, no social media, no digital footprint. I'm just gone. In 5 years, I'm gonna be gone.
Will you still remember me?
Yeah, bro. You'll have like the secret codes to the mansion.
Yeah?
You can pull up on every.
What's the secret code? Give us the first two numbers.
Absolutely
of the
not.
And the question was for 5 years in the future. Therefore, many thought it strange that he specifically answered for 4 years. David's love of anime must be mentioned before it is displayed, even though the second interview was much worse. For the same reason, we discovered a report that seemed to show David and Celeste dressed alike, identical wigs. He reveals his affinity for anime in the interview, as well as how he inspired his music videos from an anime he wanted to film. His alter ego, who commits massive crimes, is the principal character of his music videos.
Basically an agent of chaos and kind of my alter ego, and the story of the manga went like I was a detective and there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments, kind of like Fight Club with Tyler Durden, and he would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as the detective. So like when I was as the detective, I'd be like solving that I'm committing myself, and it was like a cool little story. I didn't think anything would come of it, like it was in the vault.
Even while there is clearly no proof or evidence of any type, it is odd that he can suddenly take on the role in real life. Other investigators claim he could have given hundreds of crimes as examples of his alter persona, but he decided to say that instead. I can't be the only one who realizes the obviousness of everything. But David was unaware that the worst was still to come. Celeste was present at David's concerts last year, according to evidentiary files that the feds have. Most of the time, David's brother would hang out with Celeste backstage when David performed on stage. They were able to disguise it fairly effectively, but they made a mistake. According to the report, if this video is true, Celeste was alive on June 27, 2024. She was seen backstage at a David concert with his brother. Examine closely the Hello Kitty sandals she's rocking. The Hello Kitty sandals are noteworthy because, according to the missing persons poster, those were her shoes at the time of her disappearance. Celeste's identity is practically confirmed in this video, but the length of time Celeste and David were spotted together is astounding. He and she genuinely streamed together on Twitch in front of his fans. On January 11, 2024, a restored video of David and Celeste Rivas was made public. After closing the stream, he tells the moderators to erase any recordings and samples.
Yo, wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which
that.
one? What's good, David? Big fan, big family. Bro, thank you. Mitchell.
I gotta stop with him if you even.
Are
We need to delete this.
Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too?
The entire time, they seemed to be trying to hide something. They were carefully covering their traces, as proven by the fact that he made sure to order his moderators to instantly wipe the stream history. You may be asking why David was never questioned before Celeste's discovery, but someone did. David's close friend tried to expose him for talking to other followers a few years ago. He used to work with David on music, but he quickly stopped him after realizing what he was doing, which at the time wasn't with Celeste.
And I just want to clear up the stuff from 2023 was not about the Celeste girl that was obviously recently in the news. It's nothing to do with her. I didn't know about her. I didn't know she was. I maybe heard her name once or twice. I had nothing to do with her. The stuff I have from 2023 was nothing to do with Celeste. These were other girls that had claimed David had messaged them or had, relationships with them. And I want people to know that in 2023, I did try and bring the situation to light. And a lot of people remember, I was having a lot of. It got so bad that David's legal team had got in contact with me to remove everything. I've attached an email here that I received from his team in 2023. And basically they removed my song with David from, streaming services because apparently I was spreading misinformation. The thing is, after that, I got in touch with David and I was like, yo, are the claims true and all of this? And he was like, he literally said, I've got to hear it. He said, no, it's just some people trying to get clout. There's no evidence and stuff. After that, everything was shut down. Everything, no one else came out after that.
He claims that David's legal team reprimanded him and advised him to remain silent. The odd thing, though, is that months after he recorded the video of himself talking about life in February, David was spotted on a live broadcast in an arcade with another woman named Celeste.
Yeah, that's order.
Why you look good?
Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Many people think this new Celeste was the one who vanished when Celeste was initially revealed to be in the Tesla. The new Celeste wore the same Gap sweatshirt that Celeste Rivas is wearing in her missing person poster, which only made it more odd. The uncovering of a second Celeste has been vital to the investigation, and it raises issues about David's thoughts if he was the cause of Celeste Rivas' death. Is it possible that he was trying to deceive everyone into thinking it was the new Celeste all along? Months after Celeste Rivas is said to have passed away, she unintentionally became a close friend of David's, and their features and wardrobes are identical. DJ Academics looked at his song titles, though, and the findings are a little unsettling.
Crashing. Where'd it go wrong? Ghost. Where did you go? Afterlife?
David is leery of song titles, even if they don't constitute any form of legal evidence. Many believe that Celeste's shoes in the picture on the left are the same shoes that David cleans in the recently released final movie. On the other side, Celeste's brother gave us information They have clearly gone through a challenging time. Why are people lying and saying that I knew more? He wrote, I never did. I don't understand why people are trying to discredit me by lying to me. Celeste simply adored me. She loved very few people, including me. I didn't know anything before she left most recently. Interestingly, though, someone stated they uncovered a Tesla key card in front of David's apartment. Despite their claim that they gave the car to the police, we haven't gotten any proof that it is the same black Tesla that David owned. Despite the fact that Tesla owners confirmed that David's key card matched the kind of Tesla he drove.
After someone noticed a foul odor coming from a car. Once inside, they discovered a wrapped in plastic car, which was a Tesla that belonged to a singer and Queens native who goes by the name David, spelled with A4.
However, the fact that it's a Tesla is essential for investigators. The Tesla not only has cameras all over the car, but it also saves a ton of data that follows its location continually. In other words, despite the federal government's slow pace, the intended outcome will be attained.
David Tesla was repoed on September 8th. He started his tour August 5th, 9th. They said the car was sitting for over 30 days before it got repoed. He reported it missing in between that, but it's been sitting before he started his tour. He called to report a Tesla missing. Now chat, anybody in chat, go to Google and say, can I call Tesla? If my Tesla is missing, can I call Tesla to track it? Watch what it shows you. To call Tesla, a Tesla of all cars you reported missing. When you can call Tesla and get it tracked, that don't make sense. They said the car was sitting for over 30 days. So from when the car was impounded on the 8th, we can add 31 days plus add some change. That's days, if not a week or more, before he started his tour, bro. Dating a 13-year-old, bro. Probably got a, that's why he did that.